Hello and welcome. In the last portion of the lecture I had left here, we'll just quickly revise everything. So here we see relative position of the Red Sea. We saw the Central Asian countries. We saw in reference to India, where is Arabian Sea, where is the Oman, where is the Persian Gulf. We have all seen the countries here, lying here. All right, we see the Iran here, Iraq here, the Syria, Damascus here, and the Israel Gaza Palestine conflict here, the Sinai Peninsula here. Then we see the African countries of the Egypt, the Sudan, the Ethiopia. Somalia is not included in the countries that touch the Red Sea. This is Red Sea here. Alright, in the north of the Red Sea we saw the Mediterranean Sea, and in and around the Red Sea we saw the Strait of Gibraltar, which comes from here this side. Furthermore, we saw here very small Aegean Sea, then the Sea of Marmara, the Black Sea, the Sea of Azov, and the Caspian Sea here. Now we'll also focus on the straits that connect these sea, whether it is the Strait of the Dardanelles, whether it is the Strait of the Bosphorus, whether it is the Kerch Strait further. Alright, so let's talk about all these. We saw the Cape of Good Hope and the Strait of Gibraltar here, which lead to Mediterranean Sea ultimately. Okay, let's we also eliminated the Persian Gulf here for a quick revision. Now we are talking about in the north of the Red Sea. So what is in fact north of the Red Sea? All right. So north of the Red Sea, we see majorly the water body, the Mediterranean Sea here. All right. So Mediterranean Sea is a major water body of the world. In south of the Mediterranean Sea, we see the African subcontinent or the continent, and in north of the Mediterranean Sea we see multiple European countries like Greece here, alright, Rome here, France, Spain, Portugal there, alright, and this small strait we see is the Strait of Gibraltar, which is being used a lot now because of the Red Sea crisis. So it makes a very long way through the Cape of Good Hope. Alright, so now a ship will come from here to the Mediterranean Sea if it has to go anywhere near. And this we see is the Aegean Sea. This small water body we see here is the Aegean Sea. Alright, then there is this small water body again known as the Sea of Marmara. Sea of Marmara, which further leads to another big water body known as the Black Sea. Okay, which further leads here to a small water body again known as the Sea of Azov. And this separate water body is not connected to any other water body. It is known as the Caspian Sea. Alright, so this is all about what lies in the north of the Red Sea. Okay, here we see two countries, Azerbaijan and Georgia. Then we see Ankara, which is and Istanbul here, the capital of Turkey or Turkey. Alright, now let's move forward. Just a second. And see the parallelism that lies between the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea. It is also very important so that we can eliminate any confusion furthermore. So this will highlight here the Red Sea. And now in a separate, this sort of projection, you can see the Red Sea as a very vertical sort of sea. In the normal projection, what happens when we see Red Sea, it looks like this. Alright, and there is very much confusion about where is the Persian Gulf, where is the Strait of Oman, where is the Red Sea, where is the Strait of Yemen and the other Gulf here. Alright, Gulf of Aden here. So it is easier for us to remember this in a left-right manner. So what we see is sort of parallelism. Now this is the Red Sea. It is in the left, very easy for us to remember. Alright, near the Africa or the African coast, and this is the Persian Gulf to the right. Now we see that this is Yemen here. Alright, so close to Yemen at this point, at this choke point where the ship has to pass if it wants to come to the Gulf of Aden from the Red Sea. Any ship that is passing from Mediterranean, from the Suez Canal, through the Suez Canal, and then wants to come to Red Sea, and then furthermore to the, let's say, Arabian Sea. So it has to pass through this choke point or this checkpoint, you can call it anything. This is the Bab el Mandam Strait. Okay, this is where the Houthi rebels have put a choke point to the ships and they can attack any ship that comes from here. Okay, any ship that leaves from Israel, they are saying that we'll attack it. Alright. Furthermore, let's now go to the start of the Red Sea. to see any important checkpoints here. So the first checkpoint important which we come across is the Port Said. All right, this Port Said is located in the Egypt, or the territory controlled by the Egypt. This is Sinai Peninsula here. It majorly comes into Egypt, but it is no man's land mostly. All right. So this area marks the northwards insertion towards the Red Sea from the Mediterranean Sea. This is the Suez Canal. From here you can see very small. It's not visible correctly on the map right here, but this is the Suez Canal. All right. So anybody who wants to go from the Mediterranean Sea towards the Red Sea will have to pass through Port Said here. All right. This is Tel Aviv. You can see here Haifa and Tripoli. This is Damascus, the capital of Syria, Beirut, Lebanon. Okay, this is Jerusalem, and this is Israel. The Gaza Strip that is often talked into the news is located here. A very small area, around 25 square kilometer. This is Gaza Strip. This is Mediterranean Sea. All right, very clear. I must hope it is now. Now, furthermore, let us go towards the middle of the Red Sea here. So we have already come into the Red Sea from here, this area, Mediterranean Sea. Okay, now we have entered the Red Sea, and here we see two diversions. One is this, the Suez, the Gulf of Suez, and there's a port city of Suez, and here the second, the city of the Aqaba. All right, so this is the Gulf of Aqaba, and this is the Strait of Tiran, a very small strait, the Strait of the Tiran. So please remember these both, the Gulf of the Aqaba and Strait of Tiran. Please remember it's different from the Gulf of Aden, which is towards the Yemen. Yemen and Aden sound same, so you can remember with that. Okay, so Strait of Tiran is located here, and this is the Strait of Suez and the Gulf of Suez, and furthermore towards the Mediterranean Sea. Now this is the Red Sea. We have entered into the Red Sea now. As soon as we pass the Strait of Tiran from here and this bifurcation, we come into the Red Sea middle portion here. This we see the Nile River. Okay, the going from the Sudan, Eritrea, Somalia, and furthermore we come down towards the Arabian Sea. So these we see Medina, Makkah, very important geographical locations. So we see here what runs parallel to the Red Sea here is completely Saudi Arabia, the country of the Saudi Arabia. This is complete Saudi Arabia, which at the end divides into two further countries. One is Yemen, one is the Oman. So it becomes very simple for us to remember the Red Sea now. It runs completely vertically parallel to the Saudi Arabia. All right, now let's move forward. We see the Iran and Iraq also here, the Baghdad, the capital of Iraq. All right, and there is a small border here. So Iraq comes still here. Okay, this is the country of Iraq, very small country here. And this is the further country of Iran. This is Tehran, the capital of the Iran. Okay, okay, let's go further. And end of the Red Sea. So what we see here is then Sudan, Eritrea here. Okay, Ethiopia here, very small. It's not connected to the Red Sea. Djibouti, very small country. Okay, and furthermore we see the country Somalia here, but Somalia is not connected to the Red Sea because we consider Red Sea ending here into the Bab el Mandab Strait. We'll call it Bam Strait for now. Okay, and furthermore we go into the Gulf of Aden towards the Arabian Sea. So this is very clear to us already. Now we move towards the Yemen and Oman, Muscat here, the Gulf of Oman. And we already entered into Persian Gulf. We eliminated the confusion here already. Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, the Qatar, UAE, Dubai. All right, everything we have eliminated completely. Now we move forward and see the last thing, that which countries, this is also the prelims question for us, that which countries make a border with the Red Sea. All right. So let us quickly see which countries are touching. So this is first of all Egypt here. Okay, down from Egypt we come to Sudan. This is then Eritrea. And this final country here is Djibouti. This is Yemen. And this is Saudi Arabia. So these are the countries which are bordering the Red Sea. Okay, lastly we'll just see the straits once more because I have not covered them. Okay, let's just move towards the north here. So the important straits in this region, first of all, we came to the Mediterranean Sea and the Aegean Sea. All right, here. And between the Aegean Sea and the Sea of Marmara, there is an just a second. Let me just change the pen color. All right. So this is the first important strait we have. This is the Strait of the Dardanelles. All right. The second important strait between the Sea of Marmara here and the Black Sea here is the Strait of Bosphorus. All right, the third important strait that we have between Black Sea and the Sea of Azov here is the Kerch Strait. All right, so this is all the important straits that we have covered. So this concludes our lecture around the Red Sea. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead and see you in the next lecture.